So I came down to work this morning and I didn't have a chance to eat breakfast before I left. And I am not feeling good, so I'm gonna run across the street and grab like a muffin or something so that I don't die. I feel like that pole wasn't there before. But the candy that my grandma mailed us, I told Zach that his was sitting on the table and he never opened it or ate it, so I may or may not have taken some of the candy out of it this morning because I already ate all of mine. So heaven knows that I need more. Hopefully he won't notice. Maybe he'll forget that it was even a thing. That'd be good. All right, listen. My family is incredibly confusing, and I know that I've kind of tried to explain a little bit of it in the past, but I'm sure some of you are like, what the heck is even going on? So I'm gonna do a little Draw My Life family edition style to kind of map it out for you guys. Here we go. Also, I don't have a dry erase board, so this is definitely a piece of paper in a little protective sleeve. So get over it. Once upon a time, a lady named Kim met a man named Paul, and they fell in love and got married. Then they had 2 twins named James and Rachel. Then one day, when James and Rachel were almost 5, Paul passed away and went to live in heaven. Later, when James and Rachel were 6 or 7, I can't remember, Kim met a man named Todd, and they fell in love and got married. And we were a happy little family. Then they had my little sister Becca, but come to find out, Todd was a little crazy. So my mom kicked him out and they got divorced. And then it was just me and James and Becca and my mom. Then while all of that was happening, there was also a man named Troy married to a woman named Michelle. And they had a son named Jet. Then they had 2 twin boys named Christopher and Kyler, but they only lived for a couple of days and then they had to go live in heaven with Paul. Then they had another son, Ryan, another son, Skyler, and another son, Braden. But Michelle was really sick for a very long time and nobody knew why. Nobody could figure out how to help her until one day she had to go live in heaven with her twin boys and Paul. But we like to think that Michelle and Paul are friends up in heaven. Then when I was about 9 years old, Troy met Kim and they fell in love and got married. And then we were a big family. We had Jet, Ryan, me and my twin brother, Skyler, Braden, Becca, and our new addition, baby Hannah. And I tried to put everybody's names under them, but they didn't fit because there's too many. So then when we were much older and there's too many of us and I can't fit us all in, we'll put Becca over here and we'll squish Hannah in here. Anyway, Troy and Kim fell out of love with each other and they didn't want to be married anymore. So they got divorced and everything changed. I wasn't sure how I was going to draw this next part because it gets a little complicated, so I just split it down the middle. So over to one side we have Troy and his new wife Amy. And then over here we have my mom and her new husband Rick. Now, I didn't have room to draw all of them, but Rick actually has 7 kids from his first marriage. And then down here, stuck in the middle, is me, my twin brother James, my little sister Becca. I put Hannah in the middle because she ties us all together, and then Jet, Ryan, Skyler, and Braden. I decided to write everybody's names in so it would make a little bit more sense. Like I said, Rick has 7 kids. I honestly have only met most of them once, except for his youngest, Heather. And there you go. That's my super awesome, super complicated family. Me and my siblings are actually really close. I know I've talked about it before. Tracer got a new squeaky toy today. I'm gonna put faces to names now. You've seen, I think, almost everyone in my vlogs. There are a few that you haven't seen. So this is my mom and her husband Rick. Then here is Troy and his wife Amy. going from oldest to youngest of my siblings, this is my oldest brother Jet and his wife Jill and their 2 little kids, Grace and Emma. Then we have Ryan, who is the same age as me and my twin. So then next in line is me and my twin James. Then we've got Skylar, and then Brayden, who's the one who just came home from his mission, if you've been following my vlogs. And then we've got Becca, and then Hannah, who ties us all together. So there you go. It's a little bit crazy. In our house growing up, it was always loud and messy, but you always had a friend. Because if one sibling was mad at you, you had like 8 zillion more that you could go play with. And they are the best people in the whole world. It was a crazy way to get there, but because of all the little things that happened, all the people we lost, and all the divorces and things, if they didn't happen that way, then I wouldn't have all my siblings, and that wouldn't be worth it, because I love them more than anything in the whole world. And yeah, so that's my crazy family. So that's why sometimes when I talk about my siblings or whose house we're at or whatever, I'm like, I don't even know how to describe who you are. Now you know why, because it's incredibly complicated. And that's just the way it goes. I actually started filming the whole Draw My Life on my lunch break, and then finished it now after work. So, I mean, now that I'm home, Zach said he's not gonna be home until super late again tonight, which makes me real sad. I am gonna go try and watch Riverdale, because I think they just aired the 3rd one on Wednesday, maybe, probably. And I have only seen the 1st of this new season, so I'm gonna go try and find what I can watch, because we don't really have TV, we just have Netflix and Plex. So we'll see what I can find. All right guys, I'm going to bed. I already turned off all the lights and I'm too lazy to turn them back on, so you get my phone light. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye. Oh, how am I gonna do? Okay.